Welcome to South on Sunday. And the Rabbitohs had a great win yesterday up there on the Gold Coast. We've ticked a box. 2 wins in a row for the Mighty Rabbits. Excuse me. 46 points to 12. They defeated the Titans. And just before we get started, I am wearing the Mark Hughes Foundation beanie. I just saw him on the footy show having a chat to the boys there. And a great guy, Mark Hughes. Beanies for brain cancer. I think it's next round. So get in early. They're $25 each. You got this one here, and you got the one with the pom-pom that I see a lot of people wearing as well. So they're both good. Cool for winter. And, yeah, we've got live chatting today as usual. The best comments will be featured. Excuse me. And we've already got some people in the chat. And one of them is Michelle Cheney, who has donated $79.99 in the chat. Thank you very much. And also Karina Haas has donated $5. So with a super sticker. So thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. And Michelle said, good morning, everyone. Nice to wake up with a win. Well, yes, it was. It was so good to get the win. It was an 8 tries to 2 victory. And I really did enjoy that. Yeah, so I just had some trouble with the printer this morning. That's why I was just rushing to get it done. But we've also got Carlex in the chat. Carlex NT says, GGTSS. Glory, glory to South Sydney. Yes, indeed. It was a glorious day. And we're going to go through the game. We're going to go through the tries and savour the victory. And Karina said, what a big win. Yes, it was. It was good for the for and against, and I'm going to get to that as well too. And Casey Ruggs joined us on YouTube and said, GGTSS, glory, glory. SSTID. Yes, it was. So we'll just clear that off the screen. And so the Rabbitohs did not play like a team that were at the bottom of the ladder, and now they aren't. They've moved up to 16th, ahead of the West Tigers. And our plus 34 points from yesterday's win took our differential to minus 136. The Tigers were beaten by 42 points and took their differential to minus 137. So we haven't even got the worst differential now. We're on the way up. For you people that were watching my Tuesday show, I did fire up and say this is the mission. 8-point mission. We beat the Titans. Tick. Done. Then we beat the Bronx. Week after that, we beat Manly into the bye. There's 8 points on offer, and all of a sudden, we could be back on track. And yes, what Casey Ruggs said, we ain't last anymore. Spoon for the Tigers. Well, they're in all sorts, but we have put 2 wins back to back. There were some great performances right through the team, highlighted by a gentleman called Latrell Mitchell. Latrell Mitt, well, he was on fire. He really was. And even better performance by the team, the fact that we lost Lever Havili in the 30th minute, I think it was. And so we were down to 16 men. Ultimately, we completed, we'll get rid of that spoon, even though I do like that. Better them than us. And we completed at 86%, which I always rattle on about, but it is a big statistic because if you can hold the ball, your quality players will get the job done. So we were 86% completion. Titans, 66%. We had 55% of the ball. We had the ball for almost 6 minutes more time than they did. And that is very hard to compete against. We had 8 line breaks to 4. We only committed 8 errors to their 13. We only give away 4 penalties to their 7. They are all important stats, and they're all on our side for once. So things are coming together. Make no mistake. Chris Cook's joined us in the chat. Hello, mate. He said, brilliant win, Mavo. Could hear the burrow through my screen. Watching, shout out to Kempy and Mike. So, yeah, the boys are up there. And I've got a few crowd shots to show you in a minute. Paul Cullen, he said, hi, 757. That's me. Rabbitoh 757. Proud to say that. Steve Maven here. He said, so nice to see the boys defend well and score some tries. So, yes. Who wasn't worried when we saw them that winger carve us up and score that try. I thought, oh, we're in trouble here. Our defence is going to suffer. But scrambled very, very well. They said that in the press conference. The defence, to only allow 2 tries to a side like that that's got plenty of pace out wide, and we're down a few troops, was excellent. And Michelle says, finally a good completion rate. So, well, that's right. And Chris Cook's talking about Keon. I'm going to talk about him in a minute, but why not get to it right now? So Keon, 267 metres, and Mawali, 184 metres, both enormous. Mawali is starting to mature. Love watching him. Love Tommy going over for a try too. Was very strong yesterday. Glory, glory, go you good things. Well, yes. Keon, back-to-back 80-minute games, super performances. And like you said, Mawali, super impressive too. Young Davey, could he be going any better? And Tommy off the bench, well, that go forward he gives us. And you see Tommy score a meat pie, and then Davey scores a meat pie. I mean, the big fellas are getting right in amongst it, and it was so good to see. I did enjoy it. Matt Dixon's joined us. He said, hello, mate. Can we get a win on Friday night v the Broncos next week? Yes, we can. They just went down to the Sharks, and they've got a few out. But that is a bumper game this Friday night at Accor Stadium. Clayton Ives has joined us. Hello, mate. He said, I told all my mates we would win by a good margin. Nobody believed me. Well, yeah, well, it's a bit hard to believe the way we've been going, but it worked out nicely. Worked out very nicely. Wabbito's joined us. Finally, a team that looked like they had a plan. Work well together, but still some work to do. Well said. Nice profile pick. They are improving. And I credit the coach Ben Hornby for doing that. This team is improving, and as long as they do that every week, then fans like us are happy with the result. 2 from 2 wins. Keep building. No one's saying they're going to make the finals, but if they keep doing that, it's not that far away. And look at all our Origin players that we had that New South Wales didn't want. And every one of them just about had a blinder. Even Cookie at the start when he darted off. I'm going to talk about it in a minute. Latrell Mitchell. And Matt Dixon said, can Latrell Mitchell play for New South Wales? Well, if Madge was watching that, he would have been licking his lips. I just heard Joey Johns on the footy show say, Latrell Mitchell has to be there. He said he devastated him yesterday, and he's that X factor that the Blues need. So if he doesn't pick Latrell instead of Suaalii, I'd be very, very surprised. I even said in game 1 that I would have had Latrell there before either Crichton, who defended well, fairly, or Suaalii, who we're going to talk about that a bit later as well. And Dean Love Stuff said, g'day. Carlick said, Stretch would be salivating seeing Cody in 7. We'll be itching to get in there. Well, how good was Cody at 7? 2 tries. And what about the blow-up with David Fafita? And it was a mismatch, but Cody was smiling and he laughed about it after the game. And it was great. I'm going to get to all that. So just stand by. We're just getting through some comments. I love that everyone's in here commenting because everyone's excited. We've had a big win, and I want to show the comments before we move on. And Michelle said, I love how Trella's now a kicking option, and his kicks are on the last. Amazing. Well, that is so true, Michelle. How good was it to see attacking bombs again that were being contested by us? And one of them went off the Titans winger straight into Cody, and Cody got the ball and did the step. I'm going to talk about that too. We've got a new name in here. Rafael Celero said, thank you for the show. It is great. Great win. But is Big Richie too? I don't know about that. Well, look, Richie scored a try and did his job out there. I mean, from 1 to 17, except I said for Lever Havili, I thought the boys did quite well. And, here's Chris Cook saying that Liam LeBlanc could be a chance to come in next week. Well, that's right. Milne Herney's had a cramp, so Cookie went to hooker. Mamazella's come on, and that worked out pretty good. But, yeah, now that Lever's out, Liam LeBlanc could come into calculation. There's also Shaq maybe coming back, so it's going to be an interesting team list Tuesday when we get to it. All right, so what I'm going to do is we're going to go through every try, and this is the first try, scored by Trell Met, and I did make mention of it before. Cookie runs from dummy half, and don't we love seeing that? deep inside his own half, and Damien Cook's in the clear, and who's looming up? This bloke here to score the first try, and we're all jumping around our lounge rooms or at the ground or whatever. And he does this. He punches the rabbit on his chest, and, he loves playing for this mighty club. And what I did think was quite funny was when he threw the ball up, and these two young ladies were cheering, and he threw the ball up, and they nearly caught it in the crowd. And even the Titans fans behind are smiling. The bloke in the Titans jersey, they like, who doesn't love seeing Trell Mitt get up and do the kangaroo? Beautiful stuff. Try number one. Try number two was Gags, and beautiful stuff there from Cookie. Got it out to Keon to Cody, and Cody, he changed hands. So instead of doing that, he turned around and threw it that way or something like that. Or instead of that way, he turned around and threw it the other way. Nice cutout ball, and Jacob Gagai, try scoring machine, scores try number two. Now, that was beautiful. Yeah. Now, after that, we did see this young fella here, Khan Pereira. He can run. And that's when we all got a bit worried. We thought, oh, hang on, they've got us on this left side. But to Richie Kenner's credit and to Gags and the scrambling defense, that was the only try he scored. He nearly scored another one, but what about that try-saving tackle by Trell Mitt in the second half? Not many blokes would have got him there. So that's, for all those that are saying he shouldn't be a fullback, well, not many fullbacks would have made that tackle. And also, Trell Mitt was great under the high ball, and we haven't got a fullback in the club that can play like that. So hopefully that put that to rest. Well, maybe when Jai Gray comes back, there could be some changes or whatever. But what we had out there yesterday, I thought worked quite well. I'll just have another look at the comments. And it's the boys that join us. Here's Oscar. Hello, mate. Assistant editor here at Bunnies TV. And for those that don't know who he is, there he is right there, the young fella. South on Sunday. Oscar Zechner. Loves the Bunnies, and he's a great editor. Helps me out a lot here on Bunnies TV. Okay, so they scored. Was game on. But try number three to that man, Richie Kenner, and I did love this. The ball went to Latrell. There he is there. He's passed it to Richie. It was 3-on-3. They had it covered. But what Latrell does when he comes into this back line is he attracts defenders, and that's exactly what he did. He drew two guys in, and he just did a double pump. And doing that, he brought the two guys in, and it was just a beautiful ball. He put it on a platter for Richie. But Richie, the good try-scoring outside back that he is, got the job done, and well done to him for that. After that, we lost Lever in the 30th minute, but that meant Big Tommy came on, and he was sensational, like I said. The go forward the big fella gives us is all-time and a well-deserved try. Try number 4, I did mention it before, and Michelle Cheney mentioned it, that's an attacking kick from Latrell, a big bomb, and I think it was Khan Pereira that spilled his lollies, and it bounced straight to Cody. And when he got it, he had a little bit to do. A left foot step, beats a defender and scores a meat pie. Cody in the 7, I think it worked. Jack Whiten at 6, I think it worked. I've got the stats on him in a minute, but they both ran for big meters, both scored, and both set up tries. There's our halves pairing. Thank you very much. Try number 5, and there he is. This is in the second half. Tommy B bursts over, and another try assist from, you guessed it, Latrell Mitchell. Hit him on the chest, read it beautifully, and Big Thomas Burgess, one of our greatest ever Rabbitohs, stood up when it counted in a big game. We needed to win. Make no mistake. We weren't going up there and getting beaten. Anyone are going to be happy. I know I wouldn't have been, and now I am. Because we're getting back to the team that we know can do the job. And we'll just check the comments again. Peter Bennett's joined us. He said, hello, mate, Peter Bennett on YouTube. And he said, the team is starting to look rugby league fit, like the Panthers. Well, there you go. I know there was a question about the fitness, but those questions have been answered, I think. The boys have been doing a bit of hard work. And here's John Humphreys on Facebook. He said, hello from a SA, great win. Hello from SA, South Australia. Great win. Great show, Maverick. Thank you, John. And I did use one of John's photos last week with him and Renault, and Jace Clark. So, yeah, he's a big fan of the club. Where were we up to? We just saw. Yeah, I've still got Tommy's try on the screen, and I've still got. It's all happening today. It's an exciting day. We've got a little bit to get through, but the Bunnies have won, and everyone's happy. I know I am. So great stuff. So Thomas scored, and then not long after, this young fella barged over, and it was a nice bit of work from Pete Mamazella. So people might have been wondering when Pete Mamazella was going to come into the game. I sort of was, because Cookie was going all right. And sometimes when you've got your backup hooker, if the other one's going all right, then you're tempted to leave one on. And that, I think that might have happened a little bit with Cookie. But anyway, as it worked out, Cookie goes to centre. He's very versatile, our Damien Cook. Pete goes in there, skips out to his good mate, Davey. And Davey, the Davey train, barges over and just about puts the game beyond doubt. I mean, we all knew that the Titans weren't coming back from there when this big machine burst over. There was a bit of an incident with Cody and David Fafita, and I think Cody gave him a bit of cheek. And on the call on Fox, they said, don't poke the bear. Sure enough, next run, David Fafita ran straight at Cody and ran straight over the top of him, as he does to a lot of people. Then gets the ball close to the line, does it again, and scores. It was quite funny, and at the time, no one was really too worried because the game was just about over then. We were up by 28 points or something. They weren't coming back, but Fafita got his revenge on Cody. Cody laughed. In the presser, they mentioned it, and Cody said he was quite proud of the team's defence, and so was I. They held blokes like Khan Pereira and Fafita to 2 tries, and that's pretty good when you're at their home ground and you're undermanned. So for all of David Fafita bridging up and getting on the top of Cody and scoring that try, all that to say was have a look at the scoreboard, mate. Yes, you've scored, and you're giving Cody a bit of a verbal, but you're getting smashed. So it worked out good. Now, Jack White's try, that was good too. It was Keon who had a great run, and Keon was close to the best player on the field, if not the best. He barged through, and I was hoping he was going to score. Would have been a well-deserved try, but he got up and played the ball, and Jack, the experienced man that he is, who put him through that gap, by the way, just got there, and a little show and go. He had the little fullback in front of him and just barged over on top of him. And how good was that to see Jack Whiten, his legend, score another try for the Rabbits, another one of many that have come, and nice work there. Now, congratulations to Jai Arrow. I just saw Jai then. Congratulations to this bloke here. We all know who this is. Jai Arrow, former Titan, at his home ground, at his home state, and they give him the kick a goal to convert that. Now, I was quite confident he was going to get that, even though a few in the call were saying, oh, anyway, what could happen here? Because the reason is I've actually filmed him kick him up from the sideline at training. So just have a look at this. So there it is. I zoomed in just to prove a point there that he did get it. And I had Kiri on the footy show this morning. Good bloke, young Kiri, Luke Kiri. He's a legend of the game, and I think he's retiring. And he spoke about his time at South, and playing with all the legends there. But he did say that he heard that Jai Arrow used to do the kickoff. So he has got a bit of a kicking background for a forward. And congrats to you, Jai Arrow, on your 150th game. I think he played pretty well too. 80-minute performance, him and Keon, 80 minutes. Like that value that they give us by not having to have to come off and using other interchanges to replace those guys is huge. Now, try number 8 was to this bloke, Cody Walker. Try number 2, and look at the smile. Thanks very much. And it was a good bit of footy too. Now, Tallis passed it to Cody, and Cody kicks across field. Now, AJ was there, but it just went to his feet. So AJ just stuck the foot out and kicked it. It was scooped up by Jack, and Jack stood in the tackle and just did a beautiful offload around the corner for Cody, who swept around and scored. And poor old Cody looks like he cramped up when it happened. I hope he's okay. But I was thinking, because AJ was there. AJ too was unlucky. He had a bit of a quiet night, but at one stage he was going to score, and I thought he was going to go to second all time on his own. I had the graphic and the little spiel all ready to go, but he unfortunately didn't get there. I thought Cody might have looked and seen AJ and give him that try, but no, Cody saw the line and went for it as you do, So that was good. And yeah, so our 5'8" to the halfback, and that's why Cody's good at 7, because he's on the ball, kicks, comes around, and I know he plays a lot of 6-2, obviously, but I just think that worked. Now the top performances. Latrell Mitchell. He scored a try, 3 try assists, a try-saving tackle on Khan Pereira, plus his bombs. He kicked 6 goals from 7, and so if Madge doesn't pick him for the Blues, then I think it's the Blues' loss. How can you not pick him on that performance? So that's what I'm saying there. I'll just check the chat again before we get ahead of ourselves. And Sam has joined us on YouTube. Said, great win by the boys. Would have loved to see AJ get a try to see him second all time. So that's right. So he's equal now with Billy Slater on 190, the great Billy Slater. One more and he goes to 191. And like I said, hopefully it's sooner rather than later. He'll get there. Hopefully on Friday night against the Broncos, Friday night footy blockbuster. And best part of Jai's kick was Tom's 2-finger clapping on the. That was hilarious. Tommy just going like that. Yeah, it was. So look, they're a happy team at the moment. They trained in pouring rain out there on Friday, and I hope you all had a look at my captain's run footage. It was I haven't filmed in the rain there because there's nowhere to really be protected. But we did find an awning over near the basketball court, and it's only not very wide. And so if it was teeming down rain, wouldn't have been able to do it because all the gear would have got wet. But we end up doing it, and but anyway, they all got soaking wet at the captain's run, but then come out the next day, and they really did play well. So next up is this fella here, Keon. 27 runs, 83 post-contact meters, 29 tackles, and 266 run meters. Now, his dad Izzy put that up on his Facebook, but whoever created it, they update the stats a bit later, and these stats got even better from what the one that was put up there. So, yes. I said it on the Tuesday show. Compete like Keon, and he went out there and he competed his bum off for our team out there. Now, I did mention Jack Whiten and Cody. Now, let's have a listen to the stats from our halves pairing. First time that these two experienced blokes played together. Jack Whiten over 250 games. Cody Walker over 200 games. Jack Whiten ran the ball at 5'8" for 98 metres, scored a try and had a try assist. Cody Walker ran the ball 13 times for 128 metres, scored 2 tries and had a try assist. If your halves are doing that, then you're winning football games. And that's what happened. I don't think Ben Hornby can be changing that anytime soon. It's a winning combination. We mentioned Davey. He's had 1 try, 17 runs for 184 metres, 69 post-contact metres. Excellent. Cookie was great. Try assist to Trell, 96 metres. And he had to cover out in the centres too, so it would have affected his stats a bit. Jai Arrow was solid in his 150th game, 80 minutes. He copped a heavy blow, a head knock to the chin. That's how tough he is. My missus saw him on the telly and she said, "Oh, he's got a bit of blood on his shorts." I said, "Yeah, he's a bloke's ran straight into him with his melon, got him on the chin, and that's how tough this bloke is. He's not going off. He just wiped the blood away and played on." Tallis Duncan was good again, 137 metres in 40 minutes of the game. Now, what I did like after the game, and thank you to the Rabbitohs for putting this up, because Tal went over to a young fan and she had a poster that said, "Tallis, you're my favourite player," and Tallis signed it. And just have a look what he did. So that young lady was in tears, and she'll never forget that. And I did talk to Tal briefly this morning and said, "Mate, that was so good what you did," and he thanked me for sharing it on Bunny's TV social. So yeah, what a guy, to do that. And it was quite funny. He had to get the GPS out of the jersey, and then at first he couldn't get it off. So lucky whoever was filming was able to do that for him. One of the Rabbitohs staff, I imagine that was. So that was a lovely moment as well. Yeah. So thanks to everyone who's live chatting and interacting here on the show. Karina Haza said it was a strong game from Keon. Peter Bennett said, "Will Cody ever be promoted to hooker to cover Damo when he's playing outside center?" So yeah. Well, look, what's been rather pleasing is we've had a few things go wrong the last few weeks, and they've had to against the Eels. The same thing. We lost Whiten to HIA and a few guys at the change positions, but we've got the job done, which is quite good. So if anything doesn't go wrong, we should go even better. Hopefully that's what's going to happen there. In the press conference, Ben Hornby said, "We've got enough good players for good things to happen." So we have, and good things are starting to happen after a lot of bad stuff. And we've got the Broncos on Friday. Then we've got Manly. Two tough games, but they're both at home at Accor Stadium, where we do play well. Then we've got the bye. Then after the bye, we've got the Eels, who we just hammered. We've got the Dolphins, and that'll be going to be a good game with Coach Wayne Bennett, and he's coming back, and we're playing against him. I think they're running fourth, so that's a tough one. But after that, we've got the West Tigers, who are in all sorts. So the draw is thinning out a bit, may I say, rather than at the start when we had everyone, and the Storm, and was a tough draw to start with, but things are looking a little bit better. Chris Cook said, "Jacob Gagai, strongest game yet. We need to keep building on that defence and showing desperation." Yes, well, Gags scored a try, and he knows the way how to score a try. Gags scored on debut in Vegas. He scored again when he got another chance. He scored again. Can score a meat pie as our Jacob Gagai, just like his bro. He's a former Rabbitoh and a legend too. But yeah, and then he made that break when he down the right side when he just bumped off the winger when he was away, and we were unlucky not to score. The boys played a bit of footy there, and it just went to ground. But yes, and defense in desperation. That's what we showed. Yeah, and Peter Bennett said, "I'm in tears watching Tallis swap." Yeah, mate, I admit too that I saw that, and it does bring a tear to the eye when you see such a beautiful gesture from one of our finest young stars, and he didn't hesitate when he saw that poster and signed it. Said, "I'm giving this girl my jersey," and she'll never forget that. And it was a beautiful moment. And this is the sort of quality of young blokes we've got coming through our club. We need to sign him forever, I think. And here's David Gardner, all the way over from NZ. He said, "Hello, Mavo. Great result. Bring on the Broncos." Yes. It's positive news. It's all very positive at the moment here on the show. We do love a win. And look, win, lose or draw, we still love this team. But It's better when you win it. Makes the weekend. Sunday's just a bit better. You wake up, have a cuppa, you can watch the footy show, and they were just showing the bunnies there, and just very nice. And Karina said it was a goosebumps moment. Talis made that little lady's dream come true. Moments like these, why we love the boys. Yes, it is. It's moments like these. That's correct. And so, yeah, it was a good day. Now, I want to just thank a couple of people. Now, if you're at the footy and you're taking some photos or videos, please send them to Bunnies TV because I will reshare them. If you tag the Rabbitohs, they might not do that because they're busy and they've got their sponsors to look out for, but I will. And yesterday I had a couple of friends doing that for me, and one of them was Graham Hildebrand. Hildy got there, and he got himself a beverage, and I did like this photo. He was having a 4X mid-strength, and that was perfect. He was well-positioned there. And he took a few photos. He took this one of Tommy giving a wave to the crowd, the boys warming up, and he sent me a video of the stuff they did. And, yeah, that was nice of him to do that. Also, Donna Hall sent me this photo of her and her daughter, Lani, and little Harley and Hope there. So that's 3 generations there sitting in the crowd. And Donna had these Rabbitoh shoes on. So she had a good day. So thank you to everyone who sent stuff through. And please do, and I'll share it. I'll reshare it, and I'll tag you wherever social you're on. Also, Kempy sent a photo through with the boys, and it was a great photo. Let me just add it on. So Josh Kemp was up there from the Borough. He was there with Mick Tasker, and he writes for bunniestv.au. And Greg Allen was up there at the Gold Coast, and he writes for bunniestv.au. And they sent me this photo of the two worlds colliding, Greg Allen and Josh Kemp up there on the Gold Coast. So smiles all round, and I look forward to seeing their articles. They both do recap articles for my website, bunniestv.au, and I really do look forward to seeing that, how it comes out. And Hildy sent a bit of video too. So like I said, I'll share whatever you send me, and here's a little bit of the pre-game stuff exclusive to Bunnies TV.
Over 18s only, gamble responsibly.
So that was Trelmet getting his eye in there before the game. I mean, he obviously warmed up quite well because he was kicking goals. And then also this is courtesy of the Rabbitohs. I do love this song. And here's the words that the boys were singing after the game. And they did enjoy this. And so did I. Up the Rabbitohs indeed. So, yes, that song will never get old in my eyes. We'll move on. Origin 1. I thought Suoliti was definitely a send-off. Now, a lot of people have been saying, look, it ruined the game and a send bin was enough. I just think if you can't get sent off for that, you can't get sent off for anything. It did cost the Blues in the end, but it was unfortunate. I don't know if he was out there to take his head off. And I know there were circumstances where Walsh slipped and it was a bit low, but in the end, if it's heavy and high contact, it's the duty of the tackler to try and prevent that, regardless of what happens in the circumstances. So, yes, it was unfortunate. And, I was hoping Suoliti would have a big game. This is no rooster bashing or anything like that. But unfortunately, yes. And the Blues were brave after that, I thought. I did like how they hung in there, but, Suoliti got a 4-week suspension, and even Kevy Walters has come out and said he don't think it's enough. So anyone saying that it wasn't too bad, I think it was pretty bad. And we've got the HIA protocols now to protect players that have suffered from these head knocks repeatedly during their careers. Too many players have retired, and I know some of them that are suffering from this repeated head knocks without any HIA protocols. Now we've got it in place, and it's a thing of the past. You've got to protect the head and the neck of the player at all costs, and that's what happened in Origin, even though it ruined the game. But we still did get a bit of joy from the Blues. It was 20-10 in the second half, so they did hang in there. I thought Teddy and Lomax were good. Steve Crichton defended quite well. I thought Reece Robson and Spencer Leniu did their best, but ultimately the 12 men cost us at the end. Nico Hines, he was good at times, but I just think we lacked a little bit of direction. I think I'd probably go with, in game 2, Mitchell Moses if he's fit, Trell Mitt in the centres, obviously, and probably Cam Murray if he's fit too, because we all know what Cam gives you, and it's what we need for the Blues. We need someone who's just going to charge onto the ball and bend the line and a chance of making a break in the forwards, and will make 40 tackles if needed, and that's what our Cameron Murray does give us. So, yeah. Game 2 in Melbourne, bring it on. It's going to be huge. Now, also, Billy picking an outside back, I did ask Jairo what he thought of it, and he said, oh, look, Billy knows what he's doing. And in the end, it was a master stroke, because Cobbo came on when Walsh had to leave the field, and the hammer went to fullback and scored a hat-trick. These bloody Queenslanders, I mean, it just fell into place for them. It really did. And I thought their veterans, Ben Hunt and Cherry Evans, were the legendary players that they were. Cherry just carved us up. Ben Hunt tries. So, yeah, it's going to be a massive contest in game 2. But let's hope the Blues bounce back. And here's Carlick saying Queenslander. Yes, so congrats to all our Rabbitohs Queenslanders. You know, I am a Blues man. I've lived in New South Wales my whole life, just like Greg Inglis did. And but anyway, Gino, a shout out to you, GI, proud Queenslander. And Matt Dixon said, is Cam Murray playing next week? Well, to quote Ben Hornby, he said that Cam is an outside chance. So they're just going to play it week to week. And similar story with Jai Gray. So those guys aren't too far away. Cam was out there running in the rain on Friday. So he's running freely, but whether they're ready for contact. Ben Hornby did say, I've got a few guys out there running, but out there running is not ready to play. So we'll have to wait and see for that. Yeah. Now, the women's Origin was great too. What a game. And who would have thought it'd be decided by a field goal from a young lady who slotted it over, struck it beautifully, and gave Queensland the win. It was 2 wins for Queensland back-to-back days, and that series is well and truly alive. It's going up to, I think, Townsville for the decider. So it's quite pleasing, the development and the evolution of the women's game. And, you know, it's a huge spectacle. And congrats to those girls that have sent it to a decider, because that's going to be a massive, massive contest. We'll move on to the flag. And our flag lads were unfortunately defeated 38-14 by the Doggies. And we had tries to Hazen Mellors, Dane Towns and Sam Taylor. Now, the Doggies are second in the comp, so they're a good side, and we were always going to be up against it after getting flogged the week before by the West Tigers. But I spoke to Coach Adam Crawley, manager Adam Crawley, and thank you for the photos you send through, mate. And here's one of them he took in the dressing room of the jerseys and the boys all set out. He said they were improved from last week. And at one stage in the second half, the boys got back to 16-14, and I had a look. I was only looking at it online on the New South Wales Rugby League website. But, yeah, I thought, oh, we're a chance here. But then the Doggies ran away with it and scored 4 tries unanswered. So another loss for our flag boys there. The New South Wales Cup, they're on tomorrow. Out there, they're playing the 6th place Bulldogs at 1:40, and that's live on Fox League. So you can have a look at that out there. Good luck to all our boys there. Now, enjoy your... I hope you're enjoying your King's birthday long weekend, King Charles. And he unveiled a plaque during the week. So there he is, the king. Long live the king, and have a good break, everyone. So we're also brought to you. You can see on the banner there, the Juniors group of clubs. I'm a proud life member of the Juniors, and that's because I've been a member for 35 years continuously, and very proud to say I'm a member of the Juniors and the greatest club on the planet. Been going there my whole life since I was a little tacker to now. And there's, sorry, Trell. Well played yesterday. Also, George's Cameras. You're watching this on our Canon camcorder, and we're also brought to you by SCQ IT Services. TLT's coming up. We might do that show late Tuesday night or Wednesday morning. But yeah, we need a replacement for Lever Villi, and who's it going to be? Other than that, I think, we'll probably go with the same lineup that got the job done up there at the Gold Coast. Thanks to everyone again who's live chatted, especially Michelle Cheney, who gave us a beautiful donation, and also Karina Haza. I do appreciate that you help us out here on Bunnies TV. Michelle Cheney is actually a travel agent. She sells Disney cruises. So I'll put the details of Michelle's cruise business in the description of this video. So if you want to book a cruise, a Disney cruise, speak to Michelle. We'll let you go. Thanks again. Happy Sunday. Up the mighty Rabbitohs, and we'll catch you next time.